Okay, this is a continuation of the last video, and I'm using the same colors from the last video. I'm going to use Artist Loft White, and I'm going to do a sink strainer pour and then spin it just for fun. There's no silicone in any of the colors. My paint ratio is 1 part paint to 1 part Floetrol, and then I added water, and I added a little bit of Artist Loft Iridescent Medium to the paints before I added the water in. This gives it a little shimmer. So I think I'm going to add just a little bit more shimmer to a couple of the paints. And the paints are just a little on the thicker side because I didn't want them to be super runny, but I probably could add a little bit of water. My water is 90% water and 10% Floetrol. So just checking the consistency. This one has very little drip to it at all, so they're on the thicker side, but I don't mind it being on the thicker side. This Phthalo Green with the sparkle in it is so pretty. Looks like an emerald Fantasyland color, like from Wizard of the Oz or something like that. Something to do with the emerald stuff. Okay, mix this one in. So this is going to be a quick one, and I need to add some water to that. It's thickened up quite a bit. My white is just Floetrol, Artist Loft White, Flow Acrylic, and water. Like I said, none of these have any silicone in them. So I think what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of white. This is a 10-inch canvas from Hobby Lobby. So I'm just going to spread this white around. It's on a noisy ball-bearing turntable, so when I turn it, I'll have to totally turn the volume down because it's quite annoying. And there's people on my YouTube channel that don't want to be annoyed. So I try to make everybody happy. And if you see any lumps, you know, try to remove them as you go because you don't want those lumps drying in your paint. My white is kind of lumpy. I haven't used my pour paint, some of them, in 6 months to a year. I've done it probably more artwork, and I have acrylic pouring here in the last 6 months. So I've been an artist for over 20 years, and I don't just do acrylic pouring, I paint everything. Okay, so here we go. Put as much paint as I did in the last one either as far as the volume of paint. Okay, I'm going to get my white squirt bottle. Use that because I have a little bit more control. Just put a little white. Bubbles, 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 bubbles. And I meant to start with green, but anyway, it is what it is. So we'll still keep going, and we'll put the green in between maybe. The last time the green really didn't show up because it was underneath the purples, which is going to be again, but not maybe as much. The sink strainer pours, you can't really control the way the paint lands on the surface or anything, so I don't even try, okay? It's just futile. Okay, one more round of the purple. And I am putting white between. My white is, there it goes. Okay, purple, quinacridone. And the color that I'm going to call periwinkle, to me this is what periwinkle looks like, so I'm going to call it periwinkle even though it's a mixture of colors. And then a little bit more white. I try to lift slowly and then, you know, move it out without dripping, because, you know, it does its own thing there in the center. I'm going to try to just even it out. Some people even suction paint out of the middle. I've never done that myself. I'm going to try to shift this again. I'm trying to shift it and then take it back to the middle a little bit just to distribute the weight a bit. I'm going to spin, and I probably shouldn't, but you never know until you try, right? That green with the shimmer is really pretty. It's still going that way, but anyway. So this is the big elephant in the room in the middle. This is pretty, but that's not. I'll tell you what, just for the heck of it, I mean, this is crazy. I'm going to take Amsterdam Titanium White, just a little squirt, and then I'm going to take my Floetrol. This is what makes cell activator for the Shelly Art Bloom technique that's so popular in Australia and all over the world. Everybody's trying to do it, including me. I took the course and I've done videos on it, and you know, it's very frustrating. But anyway, the white cell activator is Amsterdam Titanium White mixed with Floetrol, and it's usually mixed with Australian Floetrol, which I do not have, but it's coming to me this week, I think. And I'm just going to try this and see what happens. I have to keep my hair back so I can blow. And I'm getting my hair in the paint. Okay, and then I'm gonna let it sit for a minute and just go back in, which is what happens when you do the Shelley Bloom. And I'm gonna see what happens. Come through spinning. I'm not gonna spin it anymore for sure. And I see the paint breaking up a little bit, and it makes me wonder. I wasn't sure what white paint was in my cup from my acrylic Flow acrylic white Artist Loft bottle, that it was kind of liquidy, and typically it's very thick. So I think I had put some white paint mixture in that bottle, and I don't know what it was. And so I noticed on the last pour that the white was just acting a little different. So and I see it here acting a little different. So I'm not sure what that white paint is now. I know, because you saw me mix it, this is Amsterdam titanium white. Okay, I know that, with the Shelley Art Blooms, you don't torch it, but I'm going to torch the white. See how it broke that white up a little bit and separated it? That's what I kind of wanted to see. So what I'm going to do is lift my canvas up and try to tilt this bloom a little bit. Ink strainer pour. Funny. If you don't like what you have, the results of it, keep playing with it, because it's kind of magical and you really never know what's going to happen. Oh well. Okay. Balloon. If nothing else, right? This is going to be left as is. What I see is a background for artwork later, because I've ruined it, but I like the colors. There's some cool parts of it around here. And so I'm thinking if I do a pretty bright, vivid magenta flower with some white accents, it'll really pop, and I can salvage this. So this will just dry the way it is. It's going to turn into some artwork of some sort, I can tell already, because that's what I envision with it at this point. It's just not a great pour, but it'll make a great background. I hope you enjoyed watching me do quite a few errors with this. As always, I'm trying to just have fun. You can learn something as you watch, if nothing else. Sometimes it's all about the paint, and like I said, the white paint was the mystery paint, so that's, I think, why I had some issues, and nothing was level, so it shifted, and then it went from there. But it's got pretty sparkles in it, and it'll make a really pretty background. So I'll have a follow-up video probably a month or so down the road on top of this. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up. Hit the bell if you're a subscriber so you get notifications. If you're not a subscriber, I would love for you to subscribe. And I will catch you on the next video. Hugs, everybody. Bye-bye.